already. I messed up. And we're live. All righty. It's Eglinton, the homegrown tourist here. And I'm here with Professor Pixel.
Howdy doody.
And Dalton, the authenticator.
Hello, all. How goes it?
Yeah, it goes well for me. How's it go for you guys? How are you hanging out?
I have been going, and now I am sitting. So I like
that. Is okay. Sometimes we do need to do that. So a lot of stuff has happened. A lot of stuff is going to be happening, but the big news recently is at Walt Disney World. The Skyliner that everybody was so excited about that you got to ride. I have not yet. Of course, it crashed.
Yeah.
Yikes. And it stopped. They were stopped for 4 hours on this thing. Oh, hey, Underworld Dream, how you doing? Mavericks in the house as well. I hope everyone on that ride is okay. Such a close call. Yeah, me too. So I was talking with a family. The people on that got $200 gift cards and a 4-park hopper. And we were thinking, wow, that's pretty good. I would not mind sitting there in the gondola for 4 hours and, everybody get a $200 gift card and such.
So worth it.
Yeah. And that's what I heard. Now, if it was different, okay, sorry, but that's what I heard. But then it popped in my head. That somebody said, ooh, I got to go to the bathroom. You know what? These things are fast. We'll be at Epcot in no time. And then they got caught up there in 4 hours. So you got to think.
Oh, no.
That what if you were one of those people? What you got to think that somebody lost their bowels on that ride.
I don't know, man.
Now imagine, is it worth the $200 gift card and the 4-park hopper?
Absolutely.
Is it still like if you're with a family member and they take a dump in there, if they go pee in it or something like that, that they would it be worth it?
Pee wouldn't be so bad because that's just a liquid, but the crap portion of the program.
Yeah, that's what I thought about it. So, oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
They do have like emergency hatches. So like as unpleasant as it may seem, you might have to just move the hatch and then stick your rear out and just let it.
Gracious, that would be horrible. Out the emergency hatch. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I mean,
Maverick was asking, are there air conditioners on these? No, they're not.
No.
The only time it really works is if it's moving. So, because the air goes through the box, and yeah, poop in a hot closed up box in Florida. Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be very well. And
it was pretty late.
It was late. Yeah, but still, okay. That instead of 80, it's now, or instead of 100, it's now 88, 90. It doesn't drop to like tundra temperatures. It's still hot at night.
Seems like a thoroughly crappy situation.
It would be. Now, of course, I'm not thinking everybody did this, but that is the only, because if it's just a ride and we're sitting there and everybody's okay, and you got 4 hours in a hot box, and that's what it would be. It would be 4 hours in a hot box, because it's tinted window and all that kind of stuff. So it's not incredibly bad, but you would still get warm. Then, okay, yeah, you could pay me $200 and the park hopper if it's transferable. And then I would be okay. If it's not transferable, I don't need it. I got the annual pass. Come up with some other way, give me a voucher to California Grill for the family and maybe we're okay. Yeah.
At the same time, a little bit of it, in any way that we slice it or dice it, the inconvenience, you're still getting $200 at Disney, which can go by pretty quickly, but that's a lot for a family who's going there for a trip.
It was 200 for what I understood. It was 200 per person. So if the family went, it would have been $1,000. Now my idea was $1,000 worth of we go out to dinner, that would be awesome. I'd be hitting some Boma really freaking easy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, Disney.
Not to mention all the food-related videos that would probably come out of it.
That's right. That's right. Disney did. Let me see if I can't find it. They released their official statement regarding the Skyliner. We have a team digitally looking into the cause of the malfunction on the Epcot line of the Disney Skyliner. We have been in contact with the guests, many of whom were on Skyliner for more than 3 hours until we were able to restart the system. And we express our sincere apologies for the inconvenience and continue to work with each guest individually. Yeah, we continue to work with each guest to try to convince them, do not sue us. Merely billed as an unexpected downtime. Disney is now regarding the accident as a malfunction, and it has not yet reopened. The thing is, it's actually closed until further notice, as it says.
Yeesh.
One person posted a meme on Facebook, and it was a monorail going by. It's like, you miss me now? And because a lot of people were thinking, why didn't you just build a monorail system? Why? Because it would be a lot more expensive. They would have to build the track. The track versus a line, I can only imagine would be take longer and be more expensive.
In the immortal words of The Simpsons, monorail, monorail, monorail.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the monorail as well, especially. I would have wanted to go all over Disney property. Let's not just go to this hotel and that hotel. Let's go to Disney Springs as well. I think that would be really cool if they had.
I've never understood why they haven't tried to make the people mover a mode of transportation for things like this. That's exactly the type of thing it should be.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the people mover in Magic Kingdom, that was made in 1950s at Walt Disneyland, and here, or at Disneyland, it's not Walt Disneyland, and here, so this is technology that's gotta be, it's like 50, 60, what is that? 60 years old, 70 years old now? 60.
When Walt wanted that to be a means of transportation, that's what he's always.
And you're right. You're right. If they did covered track like we have at Magic Kingdom, not like they have out at Disneyland, but if they had covered track and they could take it to every hotel, you could ride to every hotel, every park, and to Disney Springs and have a little bit of a stop off. The only problem,
view would be fantastic.
It really would, all the way through. Wow, that's such a great idea. I want that to happen. Let's see. If you're unfamiliar with the events around the Disney Skyliner accident, around 9 p.m. on Saturday, a photo of piled up gondolas began to circulate when many guests taken to social media to divulge that the Skyliner system had unexpectedly stopped, leaving guests trapped for hours. Evacuations then began along the line, but it was a lengthy and tedious process, with some guests requiring medical care upon evacuation. Disney reports that no guests were injured. If you're new to the Skyliner system itself, it opened on 29th. Okay, so that's good. I'm pretty sure, like I said, there had to have been a couple of people who lost themselves and needed new clothing as well. I hope Disney treated that with respect. People are people. We do have things that happen in our bodies. And while, your first instinct, of course, is, oh, it's disgusting and everything. If it were you, you'd be feeling pretty bad. I don't think anybody should ever, be put down if that kind of thing happened. It's an egregious offense. Innocent families were trapped in those flying death traps for hours with little hope for survival. And the best that they could do is explain it is with a statement that lacks any sincerity and is chock full of homilies that is no doubt written by a former Trump. Oh, okay, come on. But point being, I do agree with them that this is a weak statement, by the way. This really is. There's not a lot of we're sorry. There's a bit of messed up.
It reminds me a little bit of when Abigail Disney did her little I'm exposing you and I'm mad thing. and they were like, "Well, we're sorry that you feel that way." Basically,
Yeah, we're not changing, but yeah, we can understand why you're mad. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know. Like I said, I thought, wow, when I heard what they were going to get, I wished I was on it. Like, gosh darn it, missed opportunity. But then I thought, yeah, I've had moments where we'll be talking, we're having a grand time, and I go, whoop, got to get to the bathroom, woohoo, and that would be hated if like that one person I know, they were like, okay, we could wait until we get to the hotel, or we could wait until we get to Epcot to go to the restroom, and they were cleaning out some carts. I'll tell you what, it shouldn't be what are they called? Custodial that cleans up. It should be the engineers, so they make sure that this never happens again. That's what I think.
This is your encouragement to make sure this never happens ever again.
I do want to say, I don't know what exactly they were expecting. They're handling it individually. A worldwide apology doesn't mean shit. Oh, wrong channel.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean anything, because it didn't happen to the world. It happened to the people on the sky.
On it, yeah.
So
yeah, they really have to make it more personal. I don't know, but that's just me. Now, I thought
and maybe they did. Maybe they did give personalized apologies.
Well, they did while they gave out. Yeah, they gave money, and I'm sure they did. But the message that they released was a little impersonal. So I thought this was going to be another food thing. You know how much I love showing off all the cool things to eat at Disney and everything. But called Winter's 2019 Tasting Sampler, now on sale for Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's a $50 Winter 2019 Tasting Sampler. So you go around to these booths here that are at the Animal Kingdom, and you can purchase this card, and it gives you $50 is kind of a little tasting thing. So they basically turn Animal Kingdom into a food festival, except it's at these little booths. It's nothing different than what you get every other day. Now, that sounds bad, but Professor, you've been to Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
And you can back up the fact that if you're going to any park specifically for food,
this is the one to go to.
You're not going to do bad going to Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom and Epcot are the two you go just to eat, and you could have a grand old time. As much as people like to drink around the world, you can eat around the world as well by just going into their little fast food joint and picking up something here and there. They've got booths and everything. So it says, including with the purchases are two digital. And do you have anything else to add there, Gilly? She's talking to the bird. Included with the purchases are the two digital value cards, one $50 card that could be used at over 40 outdoor food and beverage locations throughout the park. It does not expire, and a bonus $10 card that could be used at the following quick service restaurants. Restaurantosaurus, Pizza Fari Family Style Dinner, and Flame Tree Barbecue. Excellent. Oh, and Satuli Cafe, Cantina, which are excellent. But $10 at any of these, you're still going to owe money afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
That's still a pretty good deal, I think.
Well, it's $10 off. It's $10 off your lunch. Flame Tree, you could still get the combo and everything. Flame Tree's some excellent barbecue. Satuli Canteen, I like the Satuli Canteen. And the desserts there are amazing to me. I like the little purple cheesecake they've got. So yeah, I guess so. I don't know, $50.
Well, wait. Did you read that second part right there?
What are we looking at?
In addition, with $50, you receive two reserved
seats for second showing of River of Lights. Yeah, so the nighttime show. Yeah.
I mean, for the people that like to do that's a especially good deal.
So you get $60 worth of food, and you get some reserved seatings at Rivers of Light. Okay, so there you go. Not the, hey, look at this food that you get, but that's cool. There is forum here. We could see what people are saying about it. And if it loads up quickly. Let's see. And this is the gift card thing, but yeah, I don't know. There are certain things that are good. Let's see what they call. I got to say, I don't see the value in this unless you were already planning to go at one of the busiest times of year. You're right. December 22nd to January 4th. Oh, yeah. That's really bad. That's a really bad time to go.
Do not go.
Yeah, no, 22nd to January 4th that's the Christmas holiday. It is so dang busy.
I didn't even pay attention to the date.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, it's actually more busy at Magic Kingdom than it is any other park. What happens is Magic Kingdom fills, then they shut their gates, and then they go to the other parks, and it fills. So I went on Christmas Eve in the morning time to Epcot last year, and Magic Kingdom had a line that passed Epcot's entrance. And then I rolled right up to Epcot. There was hardly a car in the parking lot. Next up, I wanted to talk about this. I haven't read this yet. It sounded like it might be something interesting. It says, why our readers are not recommending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Why are you dive bombing me? Come here and say hello. If you're going to go, no, come on. Don't fight me. Just come on. No, you're just biting me. Come here. All right. He's on my computer here, guys. It says horrendous. Yeah, he really is. Horrendous and injustice, outrageous. There are some things all your readers are saying about the 2019 Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom. Don't bite me. Just come up and say hi. Dang. Look at that. You are such a little punk. You are just a punk. Yeah, I'm trying to do a show here. Look, it's right in the microphone. There you go. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, you see, he looks like one of the tiki birds.
In the tiki room.
Can you sing that? At least be charming. Can you do some Disney? In the tiki. He is a little he's spoiled. Gail spoiled this bird. Seriously. There you go. Right on back to Gail. All right.
If anything, this live stream just got a lot more replay value because it has cute animals.
Animals in it. Yes. I'll have to. That'll be the screensaver, the thumbnail. So it says this annual ticket add-on features party exclusive fireworks, villainous stage show, and an energetic parade. Have you ever been to one of these?
Years ago.
I haven't been since I was a kid. And I don't even think it was this. I think it was just Halloween stuff.
Yeah. So what they do basically is they have these spots where kids, whenever they enter the park, they get bags and they say trick or treat, and they fill candy in the bags. And what we used to do is, because there's they trade shifts every once in a while. So you go around, and if you go back and you take a peek, and if the person's different, we'd go to the same spot.
So you can go back. Yeah. I remember when I was a little kid, they had a Santa Claus handing out stockings full of candy to kids.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Aww.
And we had they would separate. So like this is back when it was Magic Kingdom only, and they had half the cast would be off work and half the cast would enjoy the park, and then the next day they would switch, and they could bring your family. You could bring your family, and so on our way out, that you could bring the kids by, and there's Santa. Ho ho ho! Here you go. And they gave us these big things of candy and everything. A lot different than what they do now. Now they give you a ticket book and say, "Come and grab some cocoa and cookies." It's not as community building. Say again?
When I actually went to one of those a couple years ago, what it was basically you just walk up, show the band, and they'd give you cocoa and thing. They have a ticket book now?
Well, they used to have a ticket book. I guess yours is the new way. Yeah. So anyway, it continues to say, but recently we noticed that our reader reviews for the party were almost wholly negative. Of 15 reviews for the 2019 party, only one recommended it. To be fair, some readers had positive things to say, like the parade was nice, fireworks were great, and the decorations were fun, but even reviews with positive mentions didn't rate the party higher than 5 stars. So what are the readers saying? But okay, this gives the little clicks to read this, but general feeling seems to be that the crowds are horrendous. I've heard this. They started letting more and more people in. So you're getting it's as busy as it would be during the daytime, but you only got 4 hours to enjoy stuff. One reader said her group never even got treat bags, and another added that the lines were outrageous. Another reader added that the character meets had waits up to 3 hours. One of the major selling points of Magic Kingdom's extra ticketed events is that crowds have historically been lower, meaning party guests could tour the park in a leisurely way, hopping on and off rides, collecting loads of candy without waiting in lines, and watching the party exclusive entertainment without having to stake out a spot on Main Street hours in advance. But with readers saying the park was so crowded you could barely walk and reduced crowds is a myth, we have to wonder what's going on. Is it perhaps the unlimited minus Halloween night? Or has the company upped the maximum tickets sold for each party in order to pack in more guests? That's what I've actually been hearing this for a couple of years now, that they have been letting more and more people in, and it's messed up the experience. Because if you do buy an after hours ticket, the whole, especially a separate ticketed event, and you've only got 4 hours, they can't overload the park like they seem to be doing.
Yeah, this whole idea of just letting as many people in as they want is to use a creative expression, a few candles shy of a jack-o'-lantern.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, I'm wondering if it's one more way they're passing the cost of all the construction onto the consumer. Let's see what we've got. I haven't been here. Well, when you're in the hot box, you might as well smoke. Oh, okay. With all the money Disney has, you wouldn't expect. I agree with that, and they should give them all a year pass to Disney on top of the gift card. I agree. I think that would be awesome. I think you're right. They should have. They should have given an annual pass instead of like just a 4-part hopper. Whatever the reason, the All Ears team's experience at this year's party have echoed those of All Ears readers. The first night of the party, way back on August 16th, was so packed that it reminded us of Halloween night party. Those crowds mean where there's a line, it's a big one. Guests wait longer for candy, attractions, and character meet and greets. So once again, I think it might be a case of they need to recoup all the money that they've put into construction, not just, of course, Galaxy's Edge, but now they're doing Epcot and so forth and so on. Mm-hmm. So selling more tickets is going to get that, you know, because these tickets are $100 to $130 a pop. And if they're filling the park.
Yeah, it's just not, it doesn't sound worth it at all.
No, it isn't.
This is sad, because if I ever was to go back, I'd probably want to go during Halloween, because Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, and it's not as chaotic as Christmas usually. Yeah. So well, if they're gonna make it as chaotic as Christmas, then it
looks awesome. Fun. I wanted to go do the Villain Summer after hours, but they popped that ticket up to $139. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. Do they revamp Haunted Mansion around Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, not here. That's out at Disneyland. They've never done it here. They haven't done it here because it's classic, and they're afraid. And it's one of the bigger rides, and they're afraid people are going to be mad if they come in and one of the big rides aren't running.
Well, so I'm sorry, but like I can't imagine anyone would be ticked by that.
Well, there are people that are ticked that Disneyland doesn't. I think it's stupid, but they should do it.
I agree. I want to see it all the time.
It's an amazing idea. It works perfectly for both Halloween and Christmas, so you can leave it up all the way through December if you want, or January if you want to.
It seems to me the best way to do it is to phase it in. You know, you do a little bit overnight, and then a little bit more and a little bit more until it's Christmas time and it's officially opened, because all the Nightmare Before Christmas clothes are on, and that way you do it overnight. You don't have to shut stuff down the next day. That would seem to be the way I would order it to be done.
It also might be some laziness on Disney's part, as in they don't want to go ahead and put the money towards doing that, because you probably got to see the show, Englentine, if you went. But the Country Bears used to have a Christmas show.
Oh, they do still.
No.
Wait, they stopped it? No, they had it
They
last
stopped
year.
it years ago.
They had it last year.
You sure?
Yeah. Pretty darn sure I saw it. Unless I'm having an old man moment and I'm remembering something yesterday that happened actually 20 years ago. But yeah.
Yeah, to my knowledge, they've kept it shut down since like 2007.
Mm-hmm.
And they just didn't want to. They kept it as the typical Country Bear show.
Huh. Okay. Huh. I feel like I want to make a bet with you. You bet it isn't. I bet it is.
Winner. I hate to burst your bubble, but as your friend, I have to intercede here because he's 20 and you're 49. So not being.
I'm
rude,
failing to
don't
see your
bet on your
point,
memory
chump.
there.
I don't know if you're actually making a point. Anyway,
No, my point is don't bet on your memory against a 20-year-old. That's my point.
I'm pretty sure I've got somewhere around here that we went to a Christmas show. And I was gonna bet a lunch, like the winner, the loser has to buy the Pecos Bill or something like that. Alrighty,
Why would you choose one of the worst places to eat?
Pecos Bills, no, the Cosmic Starlight. This is a whole other issue right here, lining up the best and worst at Magic Kingdom. Hey, I'm good. I'm good because it's the same price as taking you to get the bread service out at the at Sanaa at Animal Kingdom, and that's dang good. So the readers are saying there is no magic anymore, and I guess that nothing's going to stay good forever. Has Mickey Not So Scary Halloween Party lost all its charm? We say the positives of the party, the festive atmosphere, the opportunities to meet rare characters, experience attractions with ride overlays, and the special entertainment included outweigh the negatives. Well, the negative is you can't go see it because there's too many people. So it doesn't matter what they're offering if there's too many people to see it.
Yeah.
That would be my thing. Me and Gail were talking about going this year, but it's not going to happen. We need to get our own place. But wow, now I'm not even excited about it anymore because the truth is value is in the eye of the beholder, and with the prices upwards of $130, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is expensive. If you're considering attending, you'll want to plan ahead. And I've been hating that. I'm old school. Let me just go and decide on the day what I want to do.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you know what? This wasn't going to be, but I like this. Okay. So I understand this is kind of putting you out there, Dalton, but this is something I just saw. It's a great question. Are these 5 signature restaurants at Walt Disney World worth 2 dining credits? Professor, are you willing to judge these restaurants and say yes or no?
The ones that I can remember, definitely.
If we've actually eaten at them.
Yeah.
Let's see. We looked at 5 of the most popular signature restaurants on Walt Disney World property to determine if they're really worth it. First one is Be Our Guest. Have you eaten here?
I did. Soon after it first opened, I went to the quick service lunch.
Okay, so you went to the lunch. So the 2 credit would be at dinner time. I did go at dinner time, but once again, I haven't tried the prefix menu that they've got right now. I could tell you this: if you're going for the atmosphere, it's spot on. Tell them you'll even wait a little bit to get into the Rose Room, the West Wing. That is where it is. If you go to the other one, you're in basically an office, but the dining hall, actually the ballroom, looks beautiful, but it sounds like a cafeteria. So
yeah.
I really do prefer the West Wing over anything else. But here's the thing: they poisoned me, but it was still good after they fixed everything. The food was good. They just poisoned me before I got to the good food.
Wow, this poison is delicious.
Yeah. Well, what it was I told them I'm allergic to onions, and they said, "Oh, fine." And I said, and so they're usually supposed to say, "Well, this has onions, that has onions." Okay, fine. And I picked the salmon fondue. It's made with leeks, and I didn't know that leeks were part of the onion family. And oh my gosh, oh.
Well, okay. To be fair, that's not quite their fault because leeks are different enough from onions. They probably wouldn't think.
You can't think that way.
Qualify.
You could be allergic to, if you're allergic to peanuts, you want to talk about all the nuts that are in there. Let's see. No doubt it's a magical place to dine, but is it worth 2 dining credits? Frankly, that depends on how important the sit-down meals. And is it worth 2 No, I don't think any in-park restaurant is 2 dining.
No.
I don't know. What? No, maybe Monsieur Paul's. Maybe that one. But
well, wait.
Because obviously it's expensive, but is it worth 2? The only thing that I would say, and I'm very happy, I would, you know what, I would leave this because it would kill the reservations. Like if you make it 1 dining credit, then everybody and their brother is going to be all over it. So yeah, I'm going to say yes. Next up is Le Cellier Steakhouse. Have you eaten here?
No.
I have, and it is very, very good. Is it 2 dining? No, it's a 1 dining. It's good, but it's not that awesome. Especially now that they've been putting the beer cheese soup everywhere. So I would say no. Let's keep that one one dining credit. But another problem is, since it went to 2 dining credits, also it's overpriced. It is way overpriced. If you like steak, the answer is likely yes. The filet here is renowned, and the cheddar cheese soup on the appetizer menu is another huge hit. However, if you're not a big meat person, the soup isn't big enough to draw, and you might be better off using those credits elsewhere, which Epcot's World Showcase. I mean, come on, Professor.
Yeah.
There's a good restaurant in every damn country, except for no, I'm just kidding. No, there is no exception to that anymore.
I thought you were about to say Germany, and I was about to say you are so wrong.
No, I was actually going to say China, but I remember I went there and I had grandma's pork belly, and it was good. Hollywood Brown Derby. No, that's classic. That's classic. That's absolutely fine at its 2. I'm going to give this one. Do you know how many Brown Derbies exist anymore? 1, and that's it. So I'm going to just say yes. What do you think? Have you eaten here?
I actually have not.
Oh, great food. I have had the Cobb salad there. One of my favorite things, though, is not the restaurant itself, but the little bar outside, because you could get some of the appetizers and everything. This is where you could get the $20 Wagyu burger. So, yeah, I'd recommend it. And yes, $2. Tiffin's, haven't eaten here. Have you?
It sounds very familiar.
This is the one in Animal Kingdom.
No, I've done Pizza Safari and I've done the Tusker House, but
Tusker House. That's
that's worth 2 dining credits.
Yeah,
that right
really
there.
Good. I want to go here. I saw that they had grilled octopus, and I love grilled octopus, so I want to just go there and try it out.
Yum.
Yeah. And let's see. Next is California. Yes, it's California Grill. You've eaten here though, right?
No, actually.
Oh my gosh, we got to go out, man. Seriously, come on. Hey, Gail, we're gonna take Professor Pixel out to dinner. Okay. Yeah. You mind buying a complete stranger $100 dinner? Right. She's saying no way in hell. Sorry, man.
It's all right.
The correct response. No.
Yeah, no way in hell. Okay, so here's the thing. We did take, it was last year, and we took Elizabeth out for her birthday. We took the whole family out for their birthday, and it did end up costing $100 per person. It wouldn't have been, but my daughter and her boyfriend ended up getting appetizers and 2 drinks each. So you can lower that price a little bit, but it ended up costing $100 per person. And in all honesty, we felt it was worth it. It was really worth it. It was an experience beyond just the dinner.
That's some big words there.
Did you get
saying that 100
coming from my broke
is worth it?
Yeah, we saved up. I saved. Remember, and I don't know if you remember, it was on I Love Comics, and I was doing birthday live streams. I said for the next week,
Yep.
for the next week, I'm going to be doing a live stream because I'm trying to raise money so I can afford to take my daughter out. She had stomach troubles, and she wasn't able to eat regular food. She was eating a lot of soup and such like that. Funny thing is, she still likes soup, but you know, I figure when she got her stomach back, when she got her appetite back, we would take her out to a really fancy dinner. And to me, there's nothing more fancy that is on the edge of affordable than California Grill.
I want to do a side note here.
Okay.
When you go to Boma's, they have this bar of about 5 to 6 soups. And there's always at least one soup that's really great.
Okay. Well, I saw that they have a Thai peanut, which sounds like it would be like a, I know it's not peanut, it's coconut, but Tom Kha Gai or something. But I very much want to go to that. California Grill, I had everything that we've had is not on the menu anymore. So saying that is useless.
It's not on the menu anymore?
Yeah, they change the menu constantly. And everything that we ate last year is not there. It's all changed now. Yeah, which is awesome. You know what they did, though, for her birthday? They created a cupcake. Now, they didn't give her a cupcake. It wasn't like, okay, this is on the menu, here it is. They created a cupcake for her. And I thought that was brilliant. That was lovely. It was a Boston cream pie cupcake. So it was just like
really special.
It was about that big, and it was cupcake shaped. It was tasted like Boston cream pie, but it was almost like a lava cake because when she cut in, the cream just spilled right out. It was like
right. I remember seeing that on a video of yours, I think.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was really good. So does this deserve 2 credits? Absolutely. Now we went and our reservation was 9 o'clock, but we were told, because I wanted to make sure that she could see the fireworks, the whole 9 yards. But they started at 8, and they told us we could come in early just to watch the fireworks. So we did. And we got there. I think it was when the fireworks were starting around 8:30. And we got there about 7:30 and said, well, we want to go up and we want to pick out a spot. And they went, oh, well, we have seats available if you would like. So boom, they sat us down early even. We didn't have to wait until 9 o'clock. So the service was
nice of them. Well done. Yeah,
absolutely. The service was out of this world. I mentioned, of course, I'm allergic to onions, and they had somebody and they went over everything. It was really cool, to the point where I ordered the charcuterie board, and they said, well, this would be better for your allergies than this. We'll just double up on that. And they made sure everything was perfect. It was an experience. It absolutely deserves 2 dining credits. One of the best experiences I've had out at Disney as far as dining is concerned. Yeah. And I'm broke. So for me to stay $100 and it was worth it is big time. What'd you think, Gail?
Saying that is making me like, oh, no.
Yeah. Did you think it was worth it? Yeah. See, Gail's over here falling asleep, telling me to shut up and thinking it was worth it. Yeah. It's good times, really.
And we are moving on.
We are. Oh, shoot. I'm not wearing that hat. Oh, hold on. There we go. This is my Disaster Studios hat. And we are moving on.
Yep.
That was part of our line.
I missed that ride.
Me too, because Fast and the Furious sucks. Disney's Hollywood Studios, since the story was posted, we've received confirmation that Mickey Shorts Theater will take over the seasonal Star Wars Path of the Jedi Theater.
Good.
Yeah. The folks at Disney Hollywood Studios are working on welcoming guests into the wacky world of Mickey Mouse cartoon shorts when Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opens next year, and they've announced that more zany adventures are on their way. A reimagined venue will open this spring in the theater district and will be called Mickey Shorts Theater. Long time coming.
Yes.
They had at the back of Main Street in Town Hall, they had a place where you could sit down and watch old Disney cartoons, old Mickey Mouse cartoons specifically. And I think they need a place like that. You don't have to have a lot of people manning it. Just have the cartoons on a continuous loop and let people come in, have a seat, sit down and watch. That was the way it was at the town square. I think that would be awesome. But even if they're talking about, and this is blah, 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 here's the history of, that would be fine too. But I think
what I think it's going to be like is, I don't know if you've seen it, but over at Epcot, they have a Pixar. They turned Honey, I Shrunk the Kids into a Pixar theater.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
So if it's like that, basically you'll be waiting and then you'll go on in, you'll watch like 3 to 4 cartoons and then you'll be heading out.
Okay, it's a crowd dump and someplace to take your kids.
Yeah,
I should go to see that Pixar thing. That'll be fun. What else do we have? Okay, I've got 2 more. I'm gonna save the Galaxy's Edge for last. So let's go over here and talk about this, because I know the commercial showed up and a lot of people going, "Wait, is this real? Is this?" Because we know the movie's coming up, but is this real? Yes, The Wonderful World of Disney presents The Little Mermaid. It's going to be a live show, and John Stamos has been added to it. So Stamos' performance is Chef Louis in the Hollywood Bowl production of The Little Mermaid. Let's see. Auli Cravalho is Ariel. Queen Latifah is Ursula, which I think is awesome. And somebody named Shaggy is Sebastian. And it's going to be Little Mermaid live.
Yeah.
So, okay, we see the stage show. I hope
Queen Latifah in the movie, please.
I know, right?
Can you do that, please?
I want to. The person playing Ariel in this is Moana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's her? Yeah, okay.
So she can sing.
She can sing, man. I always point to the Oscars. When she was doing her song, they have these people behind them waving flags, and one of them clocked her right on the head. The girl did not miss a beat. Serious, look it up. Look up her performance at the Oscars and just watch it. There's a time when she gets clocked in the head and she never misses a beat. So yeah, I'm really impressed with that young lady.
Not only that, but because of this, she has now played 2 Disney princesses.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I want to say that I've seen people people kind of trash this, like, oh, what are they doing? This is ridiculous. I am more in favor of this than any live adaptation of a movie. Like a live stage show on television, sure, I'll watch that, enjoy it. But
they did Christmas Story and it wasn't right. They did Grease, it was okay. But yeah, they've been doing these live things and it's like, yeah, not all of them are clicking, guys.
Yes, I know that, but I'm saying,
hold on, say that again. The Peter Pan.
The Peter Pan was awful. Christopher Walken was phoning it in the entire time. It was just, God, why?
Oh, okay.
I want to say that while, yes, they need run better, they need something done to make them better. I'm talking from an artistic standpoint. I would prefer this than their live adaptation of every single cartoon they've ever done.
Yeah.
I have a simple compromise. Cast the movies as though they are stage productions. Since, you want to do them in live action anyway, why don't you actually get people who can act, who don't necessarily have, name recognition, but who can actually bring the essence of the characters to life? Like, given all the years they've done the Aladdin show at Disney, there's no earthly reason why the live action Aladdin should have been as bad as it was. But c'est la vie.
Well, definitely Beauty and the Beast has been going on since it's one of the longest running stage shows in America.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Gail likes it. I watch it and I'm going, oh God, they need to update. They
do. They really do.
That should have been a changing thing. Maybe not every movie, but at least every 2 years update it. So, to a different movie. Like right now, we should be on Moana or something like that, not, Beauty and the Beast. And I love Beauty and the Beast. I really do. It's one of my favorite Disney animated films. Right after it's like Home on the Range and then Beauty and the Beast. It's just it's old.
Okay,
The live show
away from him. He's officially lost his mind. Good night, folks.
the live show is horrible. It really is. It really is. Now, some people, of course, don't like the idea of this because of the Hollywood ginger side. Yeah, but I am a-okay since it's the girl from Moana.
And they gave her the red hair, like in that trailer.
Yeah.
They show her with red hair.
If it's that girl, let's see. Make a bet. The loser goes to the Joker movie dressed like the Joker.
I don't want to get shot.
You get arrested doing that.
Shot,
yeah,
probably by police.
You get arrested by people who are believing CNN. By the way, guys, okay, this isn't the right channel, but let's touch upon this since it was brought up, and I'm gonna say it and then let it go. CNN is owned by Warner Brothers, and CNN is perpetuating the myth that there's going to be a shooting. Follow the money, ladies and gentlemen. The controversy, I think, is keeping Joker in everybody's head. The controversy is bought and paid for by Warner Brothers through CNN. So, yeah, there you go. It's a great movie. No, there's been no problems in any theater. So, yeah, just have a good time at it. Well, I don't think it's a movie you can have a good time at, but it's a great film to watch.
I don't buy into that level of conspiracy. I think it's just incompetence being convenient in this case.
Oh, I absolutely believe in the conspiracy. Let me get some of these.
What I have to do is I'm going to have to buy you a baseball cap and then cover it in tinfoil for when you have these moments, English.
Maybe, yeah, then I'll just flip it right back on. Here's my tinfoil hat. It's huge. Let's see. Make a bet. The loser goes to Joker. I cannot conceive of spending that much for food. I would rather spend money on something that lasts. I can understand that. I'm in a small room here. I don't have a lot of room for stuff. I don't mind the experience if it's a good experience. And it gets a video for the channel when we do that as well. And it's fun to do. But it's not something I would do often. Say again?
You see it as an absolute win.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, I would prefer a Jim Shore. I think, as far as the money spent, get a Jim Shore, get a snow globe or something like that. The statues and everything. Another movie poster. I want to get the Joker before it becomes $100 per. Yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't want to. This was really a special thing because, of course, Elizabeth's sickness and everything. She understands the weight of it sometimes. She's very quiet and very personable. Like she doesn't share a lot, but she understands a well done meal and experience like that. Tilliam, Beauty and the Beast did have a lovely musical soundtrack. It really does. And the stage show is, mind you, there's a lot good about the stage show, but it's just 20, 30 years now, 30 years. It's time to do something with it. It just doesn't fit. So yeah, I think a lot of people are having a problem with the ginger side. The ginger side, where basically if the character's redhead, they race swap it for some reason. If it's the girl from Moana, I'm sorry, you're not going to convince me that it's going to be bad. Yeah, I'm in. I'll check this out. Sounds good. When it's supposed to be November 5th at 8 p.m. on ABC. All righty. Cool. And the following thing, we've been talking about it for a while. 4 reasons why Star Wars Galaxy Edge just isn't that popular. And I think it's a lot of fun. I went, had a great time with it. Professor?
Yep.
Yeah, you like it? Yeah, same. Had a great time with it. But I got into it, and I was chatting with the people, and I enjoy the stories, and I like the characters running around. Because a lot of times characters are at meet and greet. Hey, look, they're over there, and they're all going to meet, and now you got to build this big-ass line. But this is a place where the characters are wandering and interacting. So it really is a lot different than anything. Let's see. Reason number one, target. Go on ahead.
I want to go ahead and build on upon that point. The entire land is that way, even the attractions. The Millennium Falcon, you are the one piloting or gunning, and with the new attraction opening up, the Rise of Resistance, you're going to be going along a quick story. It's supposed
Immersion
to be bringing you into Star Wars.
Yeah, it's your story, not the story of Han Solo.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you saying, Dalton?
I said immersion for the win.
There you go. There you go. Let's see. It says reason number one, target audience. Thinking back to my days of marketing 101 in college, all product development should start with a target audience. So who is Galaxy Edge designed for? Is it for Star Wars fans, Disney park fans who are also Star Wars fans? And it's got the little graph here. I think most Disney fans will want to check out Galaxy's Edge during their next Disney vacation. But will they really plan an extra trip just to see it? Similarly, will Star Wars fans really make a special trip to a Disney park just for that? I myself fall into the perfect crossover Disney park of Star Wars fans, so it was a no-brainer. But what about those folks who are really just Star Wars fans? If well, that's what they were counting on. They were really counting on Star Wars fans to go, oh, take all my money, literally.
See, but I'm thinking that's a bit of a non-point because of the groups, Star Wars fan and Disney park fan, I gotta imagine that's like 80% of the, population of the planet, or at least the Western world. So
yeah,
it's not like that's a small portion of the world. People who are Star Wars fans and Disney park fans, like, is there an easier setup in the world? This should have been an easy layup.
Do you know how different we would be talking about all of this had Rian Johnson not been hired to do Last Jedi?
Yeah.
It would have been a world record setting attendance for all of these things.
If J.J. Abrams had just done all the movies of the trilogy, would have been fine.
I think so, because at least it would have been passable, because he would have been following a story structure, because J.J. Abrams set up a series, and everybody knows it's A New Hope Part 2 or reboot, but point being is he set up something, so we would have followed it. We would have tried, okay, let's find out who this is. Let's find out who her parents is. Let's see what Luke's been doing. If Rian Johnson had not messed everything up, I think the reaction to this would have been different. I think reaction to Han Solo, everything would have been different, because people would still have been excited. Look, I remember people in 1977 saying Smokey and the Bandit was a better movie. Yeah, seriously, that was the other big movie of the year, and
I know that's why it's funny,
and it holds up too. It's a good comedy, but there were people who just didn't like Star Wars even in the 77. It wasn't completely unanimous, and if you watch the grosses, they don't go up from Star Wars to Empire to Return of the Jedi. So they had problems since the beginning. The prequels are the same way. There were people who liked them, people who hated them, even when they were released. Now they're looked upon and, oh, wow, they suck. But, no, there were people who liked them. I was one of the ones who liked them.
I'll say this for the prequels. The utter cacophony that is the sequel trilogy has really turned a lot of people who were negative on them back over, like,
because
oh God, we don't know what we had, so it's gone.
But that's because of Rian Johnson. Even the first one, Force Awakens, wasn't a bad movie. It was just a remake. No, and that has offended people, I think, far too much.
Continuation of the story, because J.J. Abrams is good at one thing, and it appears one thing only, and that is consistent, passable movies.
Yeah.
All the time.
Okay, so it's saying let's look at a total hypothetical segmentation where Star Wars fans are divided into 3 groups. Casual fans, this group has seen most of the movies, but maybe not multiple times. They'll buy tickets to a new movie, but they're not necessarily first in line on opening night. Okay, and this is, they believe, where the majority of Star Wars fans falls. Trilogy fans. This group is a strong emotional connection to one of the 3 trilogies, depending on when they were born. Okay, I could see that. This emotional connection might not carry through to the other movies. Sure, they remain interested in Star Wars. They'll watch the movies, but only their trilogy holds that emotional connection for them. My trilogy was the original trilogy, and everybody loves that one, except for, of course, the Smokey and the Bandit fans.
I don't know about that either, because
now if you had just let it go, you would have realized that was a setup for a joke that I told, and you stepped over the punchline.
Sorry,
I said everybody likes that one except for the Smokey and the Bandit fans, and then I was going to move on because there you go. Okay, now that you messed up my joke, go on ahead. Disagree with my joke.
No, I wasn't disagreeing with your joke. I was going to say in reference to what he was saying. Most of the people in my generation, the generation that grew up on the prequel trilogy, like it in the context of all 6 movies, not just like no one isolates the prequel trilogy and then goes, yeah, and the original trilogy sucked or something. That's just it's stupid. If you, I can't even keep count of how many times I've rewatched all 6 movies in a marathon. So.
You still ruined my joke, dude.
You'll see some. I hate this word, but you'll see some toxic new trilogy fans that will bash anything other than the new trilogy.
Oh, there you go.
Seriously, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous because, yeah, and I do agree actually with what Dalton said. A lot of the people I do know who love the prequels with the original. So then we have the super fans. The segment loves everything Star Wars, no matter what it is. They've watched all the movies multiple times. They've even watched Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels series and are likely to be excited about any Star Wars show, movie, or merchandise. These are the folks that most likely go to Star Wars conventions and are probably checking out Galaxy's Edge as soon as possible and are more likely repeat visitors. I believe the smaller, probably 2. I agree with them. I am a big fan of the original trilogy, to be honest. I like the prequels, actually. And I did back then as well. There was, I did see flaws in it, but I still like the prequels. And in all honesty, I like the new movies overall. I don't like all of the movies, but overall, I have been liking what I've been seeing. There was stuff in Han Solo that I enjoyed. I loved the crew at the beginning. I loved Woody Harrelson's crew. Are you gonna say something?
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Everybody's always says, well, I loved Rogue One. I'm the same way. I loved Rogue One. Even Last Jedi had some things that were decent in it. Not a lot. But it's got some things that were decent in it. I mean, Admiral Holdo, she was awesome. At least they treated Captain Phasma right. They went on this journey that I thought kind of took you away from the main story. It made you forget because it had nothing to do with it. So it was like its own mission, its own Star Wars story between Finn and Tico, which brought out this love story that they telegraphed from nowhere. So all of that was really, really awesome. But none of that holds a candle to the incredibly over choreographed fight. I mean, imagine not just to choreograph a fight, but to go that extra mile to over choreograph a fight between Snoke's guards, Rey and Kylo Ren. To do that just tells you how much they cared about that movie. Have you ever over choreographed a fight? I don't think so, and that's what makes it great.
The fact that you can say this with a straight face is just
why?
Yes, that's one of the reasons why I don't think that that Last Jedi is as bad as everybody says. Look, they knew that they were owned by Disney, and they decided, why don't we combine the two? And they gave us one excellent scene where Carrie Fisher shows us she's using the Force by becoming Mary Poppins. This is absolute synergy amongst the company, and it shows the brilliance of Disney's handling of Star Wars. Absolutely.
Okay, now that
100%.
no part of my humanity remains, let's move on before I scream again.
Star Wars fans, hypothetical, but look at the graphic here, guys. Super fans, trilogy fans, casual. There we go. Okay, reason two. Holy shit, this is gonna take a long time. Premium vacation experience versus mass market. While many Disney fans will agree that a trip to Disney parks is worth the money, it's hard to deny that it's expensive. Many folks, that's the worst part. Come on, man, you've been out there. Tell me, it seems like you've got regular Disney, which is already elevated. Then you've got Star Wars Disney, which is beyond that even.
Yeah.
It is amazing. No, I don't want to pay $10 because it's in a droid glass.
No.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it. My souvenir beer flight and 2 specialty mugs from Oga along with Super. Okay, worth every penny. Let's switch over to Star Wars movies. A movie ticket costs around $10. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just going to stick with it. It was a very expensive land. $8. I got the blue milk. It was $8 for a cup that big. You know, it is. It's very expensive. And I think it's because they expect Star Wars fans to pay a little extra. And lack of a nostalgia appeal. And we already talked about this. This is where, it's your story. It's not Star Wars. But I think that if they created our story on Endor, or our story on Tatooine, or rather than Batuu, I think it would have made a lot of people happy to be able to see some of the more iconic areas. That's what they did with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's what they do. You get to walk around Diagon Alley. You get to walk around Hogsmeade. You get to see the things that you only saw in the movie. So I think that's that really makes it worth it. So there you go. Reason 4, 1 land, 2 parks. Yeah, I agree with this too. It's the same thing. You go to Disneyland, you go here, it's the same thing. So if people have already made the trip to Disneyland, they have no incentive to come here. Except for maybe the fact that we're getting Rise of Resistance early. I can't wait. That looks awesome. But there you go.
Awesome.
It really does. It really does. So there you go, guys. That's that. That's the news for the day. And you guys have anything to add?
Nope. I think we've hit it all.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Shouldn't we talk about the ridiculous... I know we've talked about Disney this entire time, but we should talk about how ridiculous that someone was fired at Universal for making the okay hand gesture.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, we could touch upon that. Sure. I don't know if I'll separate it into its own thing. I think it's ridiculous. Plus it's not it was 3 fingers down and it was a circle. That is
from what I understand.
That's the circle game. It's made you look. So what it is you make the circle, and if somebody looks, you get to hit them. You usually give them a good pop in the shoulder. It's a guy's game. Guys play that. I don't know if I've ever seen Gru play it, but this guy did it. It's a joke.
Well, from what I heard, I didn't see that. I heard that he was trying to tell a fellow cast member, it was something was happening, and so he was letting him know, all right, he can't speak. He can't speak in the costume, so he has to let him know somehow. And that horrified this child's mother.
It's because the mom's a dumbass. Because she believes she believed the 4chan prank. This was a prank by a bunch of hacker guys that said, well, and this is what they do. They go, well, look, this guy over here did it, so obviously it means this. And anybody who believes it is absolutely freaking giving power to the racist. Everybody, oh, well, if a racist uses this, that means it's a race. No, you are giving up power to evil. You're giving up the power to the bad guys. Now we can't say, okay, have a good time, because what? Somebody else did okay and they're a bad guy? No, no, they don't have that kind of power. Except for now, go ahead.
Long story short, this is not okay.
It isn't okay. Not okay. Yeah, because it's idiotic. It's some dumbass that believed the 4chan pranksters. This is okay. Oh, we can't show an American flag because what? I don't care because on that one. You're a dumbass.
Yeah. Wrong channel, but yeah.
Collect reasoning.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to bring this kind of thing into this channel. The point being is, yeah, Obama stood in front of that. Oh, well, it's still a racist now. No, it never was. It never will be. You're a moron if you buy into this whole thing about the OK sign being a racist symbol. It's also, I do believe, isn't it F for sign language? I don't know. It's moron.
It's something for sign language,
yeah,
or similar to something.
Dumb people. Dumb people are buying into this.
It's P in sign language. It's
Tilliam is saying yes. I do believe it's F, but I do believe, I'm not I don't know sign language. You learned like A, B, C. I forgot, but when we were younger, they used to teach us an amount of sign language, but it's nothing I've used, so I kind of lost it.
Forgotten.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This whole thing has been ridiculous. We live, there's a curse, actually. It says, may you live in interesting times. We're good. We are good.
We hit peak interesting a long time ago, and it's starting to move into sad.
Let me expand on this. We are good. We have been post-racial for quite a few years. For, I would have to say, decades. We have been post-racial. There are racists. There is not racism. So people have to make it up. People have to find it where it isn't. People have to make bigger deals out of stuff that are smaller deals. People have to fake attacks now for there to be real controversy. Now, you're always going to have people who hate others just for being different. That's just going to happen.
And those people are idiots.
But that's individual. That's individual. This person who got this guy fired because he did okay is a moron. They're a moron. What do you honestly think we do at a theme park? I've worked at theme parks for a long freaking time. Long time. Disney, Universal, the whole 9 yards. Do you know how many different people we run across? And you're going to tell me that this guy who works with kids, no, I'm not buying it. I do not buy it. That woman was wrong. That woman was wrong twice. That woman, she's a moron. Absolutely a moron. And some guy lost his job because she was a moron, and that's just wrong. Absolutely wrong.
Where is Bugs Bunny with the sign with the screw in the baseball on it when you need him?
Yeah, I know, right? Screwball. Yeah, it's got, man. That was when you work at a theme park, you work with and you are visited by so many different people. I'm sorry, you're not. It's just now. You could hate a country, culture, maybe. I'll tell you right up now, I have no love for Brazilian teenagers, none whatsoever. Brazilian families, okay, fine, but young Brazilian people, nope, no love for them. And I will guarantee, gosh darn to you, find a Floridian that's worked at a theme park or just gone to a theme park. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes, I do.
What do they make complete and utter?
Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. They come in tour groups, and they do not care about a thing. During shows, they'll do their soccer chants. During rides, they'll do their soccer chants. They're loud. They're obnoxious. They're the only people there. I had to stop one from getting beaten because this black guy I used to work with, he was one of my employees. I was at Twister at the time, and he comes in. He had a cadence to him. It was funny to me because he was like, "Huh? Gonna kill him." Who are you talking about? Gonna kill him. Dude, what's going on? I'm going to beat him. I'm going to kill him. because that's the way he talked. He always was really kind of static in the way he talked. I said, okay, so calm down. Got to show you because I'm going to kill him. So I said, just, okay, let's walk in. And I said, you show me who it is. I said, tell me what's going on. So we walk around the corner, and this is into the loading area before you went into scene 1 of Twister. And as soon as we showed up, this kid, boy, I was like, oh God, no. Oh, no. So yeah, he's this rich kid, and he expected the black guy to serve him. And the black guy was about to
actually say the word
boy.
Oh my God.
So I walked up.
Evilly racist. Like, what the?
I walked up to him and I waved over the person that was holding the flag, because usually they could speak English. And I tell him, what he is saying is very offensive. And here, poor people kill rich people for their shoes. So if he wants to continue, he will get beaten. I said, I will not be able to stop my employee. And I said, he needs to know this. And so they told him. Now, here's the thing. There's no way. I told him I was going to let him calm down, which I did. But I needed that guy to understand that the next guy he says it to may really react wrongly. But yeah, they are obnoxious because they're rich. They're used to being served and so forth. And they are just loud. They don't care. But the funny thing is when they come with their families, they're the nicest people in the world. And it's kind of funny. We had some Brazilian students come in to do the work exchange. And I said, you're going to hate Brazil people. Oh, no, Brazilians are nice. I said, no. And by the time that the tour groups are out, she goes, I hate Brazilian people. But the families are sweet and good. It's so amazing at the different kind of groups you get there. But overall, everybody's kind. Everybody's nice. Obviously, you have different cultures coming in. I've had the good. I've had the bad. I've had people hold strangers. Like one person tripped, slit their knee open, and 2 people didn't speak the same language. One guy was holding the other guy's bloody leg so pressure would be kept on it until medical services arrived. You see the best and the worst in people when you work at a theme park. And to think that somebody was being racist because they were doing the okay, so to even think that this is a racist symbol is moronic. Anyway, that went off. I was about to say goodnight, and that went out of the way. Yeah.
Sorry, we have a theme park channel. I figured we might as well bring up
Well, it brought up real world politics, and it's ridiculous. It really is. And I haven't heard any normal people. But then again, I guess if you're reacting like this is racist, then I don't consider it's normal.
Well, apparently the Southern Poverty Law Center and the Anti-Defamation League took it seriously.
Well, they're morons. They're morons.
Yep.
It's simple as that. They can't realize where it began, and everything that if Richard Spencer does something from here on in, it's going to be racist for everybody to use. Sorry, no, you're a freaking moron.
That was the other thing. They added his haircut to the list.
It's not a racist haircut. It's a stupid haircut. It's not a racist haircut because haircuts can't be racist. And look, I understand nobody's going to get away with a Charlie Chaplin mustache anymore. You know, you're not going to be able to do the Roman salute anymore. But those were real bad guys. You know, nowadays you're nailed as being a bad guy just for voting Republican or being. I saw a video today. Some guy was going, "Do you have Republican friends?" No, I'm not racist. What, you bigot? No, don't. That you're now being exactly because they're like, oh well, I'm not. I like to keep an open mind, so I don't go out be friends with those racists. That's not an open mind, dude.
To be fair, the Bernie Bros get it too, as long as we're not in on the moral structure. If I say I'm an anti-feminist, then it's reads as far as the ears can hear.
There was a thing like a few days ago where Ellen DeGeneres was.
Oh yeah, I saw that. It was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, where she was sitting in a what is it for
It was for about point being, she was sitting next to the president or former President George Bush. And she said she was a friend of him, and it's okay to have different points of view and still be friends. I've lost friends because of politics, and the thing is I would never have kicked them out of the house. I understood that we have different opinions, and that's fine. But it absolutely is. It's absolutely wrong to do that. It's to destroy your life over a politician that's never going, or destroy your friendship over a politician that's never going to reciprocate anything. It's ridiculous. And I saw the comment section on that tweet, and it was really funny because everybody who was conservative was like, right on, good job. And everybody who was not was like, oh no, you gotta get, okay, war criminal, die. It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I'm not a fan of the kid getting fired because he gave the okay symbol. Anyway, let's stop the politics here, guys. This is my Disney channel. Yeah, once again, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us, joining the conversation. Appreciate that. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching, and see you real soon.
So long, everybody.
Cheers, guys.